I want them to love Taekwondo, not only the sport, but as well as, it's first and foremost a martial art. I want them to love that as much as I love it.
Master Shakil Chaudhry has been involved with Taekwondo for over 30 years. Not only has he passed along his love of the sport to his students, he's also coached them up to success at a high level. This past January, 6 of his students from Black Belt World Milton competed at the Canadian National Championships in Quebec City, and 3 of them earned a spot on the podium. 15-year-old Isabella Mosquera was among the athletes that placed at nationals. Influenced by her dad, Mosquera started training at the young age of 6 and fell in love with the sport's competitive nature.
And slowly I started really liking competing, and I started with very small tournaments. And with the feeling of winning, I love that feeling. So I was like, you know what, might as well just go and do more tournaments.
Competing in more tournaments is exactly what Mosquera did. This year was her 4th time at nationals. However, it was her first time competing in the junior division. It was a milestone for her to bring home a medal during her juniors debut.
Once I found out that I got 3rd, it was like, wow, like I didn't expect to place my first junior nationals, so it was a big accomplishment.
Another athlete that medaled at nationals was someone that couldn't be more polar opposite from Isabella. 39-year-old Saeed Wajaha Ali was introduced to the sport just under 2 years ago. He was inspired after watching his son's Taekwondo class. In the beginning, Master Shakil gave Ali a goal to compete at nationals. It seemed like a far stretch at first, but it would eventually come to fruition.
And he said, "How about this as a goal?" And I said, "Really?" And after that, I just kept working. The masters kept working with me despite my schedule, and we kept at it. And after a year, they said, "You're ready to go to nationals."
Between being a parent and working a full-time job as a finance director, Ali still found time to train. His hard work would eventually pay off as he would take home the silver medal at the men's under 40 Pomse division in his first ever national competition.
Oh boy, it was nerve-wracking. I've never been as nervous. I made it a point to not to look at other competitors and what they were doing because I was that nervous. And while walking onto the mat, I was literally shaking inside, but the experience was unbelievably amazing.
The athletes at Black Belt World Milton all come from different paths of life, but when they step on the mat to train and compete, they realize that they're not much different from each other. This is Sijia reporting for Halton News.